Welcome to this quick and in-depth Unity Cup breakdown. After this video, I hope you fully understand how the whole thing works. I know I'm a bit late, but at least I managed to do it before the end of 2025. So let's get right into it, and don't forget, I will always link you my research material in the description. And yeah, don't forget to do all the YouTube stuff. So let's get right into it. So firstly, we talk about the recommended deck types. This one is a mix of what I've read on the internet that works best and of my own experiences. So this may not be 100% right, because there may or may not be some of my own spices in it, if you know what I mean. So what experiences I have done with it. So for example, in Short and Mile, you will notice there is 2 Guts cards in it. And yeah, this is just because I noticed it worked for me, but it's not widely recommended to do. So firstly, in Short, let's see, we have 2 Speed cards and 2 Wisdom cards at least. And then, yeah, I think a Guts card works well here, but most people say another Wits card or another Speed card also works well. Of course, if you have someone like Bakshin with a 30% speed bonus, then you don't put a 3rd speed card in it, because you will 100% probably get your speed up to the max. So in the end, you want to get your speed to SS plus and your wisdom to at least A plus. And don't forget, you will always take the Scenario Link support card with you, because she's very, very strong. She gives you mood up, she gives you a lot of stamina. That's not very needed in the Short and Mile runs. But yeah, she will give it to you passively, so you will always have at least a C in stamina at the end of the run. I also saw some people recommending not putting her in the Short deck, but I still find it okay to put her in. I don't know why, it just feels safe for me. For Mile, it's nearly the same. Depends on who you're running and what the stat boost is for that character. If you have a 30% speed bonus, then you don't need a 3rd speed card. And yeah, it's the same again. So it's technically the same as Short, but yeah, you can also, as I said before, put a 3rd speed card in it. For Medium, I think it works best with 3 speed cards, 1 stamina card and 1 wisdom card, and of course the support card. But sometimes you have a front runner that needs more stamina, so you put in 2 stamina cards and 2 speed cards. But depends again on who you are running. On long distance, I find it worked best for me with 3 speed cards and 2 stamina cards and a support card. But technically, you always want to have a wisdom card in it, because wisdom cards are very good in this scenario, because it will give you, if you're lucky, a free Spirit Explosion. But we'll get to that later on. Or a Spirit Training. But that depends on what you like to do. But Spirit Explosion is a very good point, because we go to the next slide. You see, it's all made in PowerPoint, so let's go. So first, let's get over some basic informations. Firstly, the stat cap is still 1200 in every stat, so nothing changed here. The support card, Riko Kashimoto, will decrease the failure of consumed energy when training together above level 30. So if the card is above level 30. You can use the going out function to gain energy and motivation up. You can start dating her when you at least trained with her once, and she will start to appear randomly and will give you 3 choices. The first one will just give you a chance on unlocking her dating. The second one is 100% dating unlock, and the 3rd choice will just give you no dating unlock. Her card is obviously best when MLB'd, but you can of course use her at 0 stars or at 1 star. Doesn't matter, but the best is at MLB, of course. I also find it better to use it at MLB, because yeah, you get all the nice bonuses from her when you train with her. So you can always loan her out from a friend. Now, some overall rules for the scenario. In the beginning, try to get a good balance between friendship gauge charge and unity trainings. You know, a friendship gauge that that gets up to orange, and then you will unlock the friendship training. You should of course try to get every friendship gauge to unlock the friendship training, but you also want to get a lot of unity trainings, because those will increase your unity training gauge, which will then lead to a spirit explosion. So you can see on the top right of the character, there is a little arrow that will indicate a unity training. Spirit explosions are a bit different. They will have a blue arrow on the top right and a big blue flame on the bottom left. This will occur when you get the unity training to the last stage. But first, after charging all support cards gauges to 80%, you should try to find a balance between friendship training and the spirit explosions. I will explain the spirit explosions in detail soon. Spirit explosion trainings are important for the Unity Cup races because it upgrades your teammates. We will also get to that soon. Let's get to the next one. So here you can see what I just described. So the Unity training is when you have the normal yellow-blue arrow in the top right corner of your support card you're training with, and the little blue flame on the bottom left. Every time you have this Unity training, it will increase the stats of this team member you're training. Also, this can be done with multiple teammates, so if you get 5 Unity trainings at once, then go for it. They will all activate. The flame on the left has 5 stages. So the first stage is just the flame, not filled out. Stage 2 is a bit filled out. Stage 3 goes up, stage 4 goes way up, and stage 5 is the nice blue shining flame. And when you train with this flame, with this shining flame and the big blue arrow on the top right, then this is called a spirit explosion. This will give you a huge stat boost to your trainee and will give the support card teammate a huge stat boost. So for the team, but we will talk about the team later on, because you need to level up your Unity Cup team so you win against the opponents that are coming. Also, the spirit explosion will give you a random skill hint from the card skill pool. So that's also pretty good, because you always want to get a lot of skill hints, because they discount your skills and you can buy more in the end. Now talking about your team. So in the middle here you can see your team stats or your team info. You can see that when you click on the big ladder in the top left corner of your screen. This indicates your team rank, and you can see all your stats have another ladder. So this is how you train the team stats. By doing Unity training with the character associated with the stat. So if you do a Unity training with Kita-san Black, she will increase your speed stat. This will not go up immediately to the next ladder, because for that you need to train more often with this special stat. So if you train with 5 speed cards, for example, it probably will go up to the next stat. Your ranks will also increase your facility. That means before you could have just increased your facility level by training normally with a stat multiple times, but now this will go with the rank. So if you are in rank G to F, you will have facility level 1, E to D facility level 2, C to B facility level 3, on rank A you will get level 4, and on rank S it will be maxed out to 5. This is important because a higher facility level means more stats for you to train. Also your members. In the beginning you will notice that you have some free spaces. This is because you will add members later on in the run. The first members you get are the support cards you brought with you. They will join turn 3 and are always 5. Later on turn 4, so the next turn, you will get 4 story characters that will join you. Taiki Shuttle, Rice Shower, Haru Urara and Matikane Fukukitaru. Of course, if you have one of those in your support deck already, then only 3 will join you. In the junior year, late September, at least 1 more teammate will join you to make your team 10 members. If you have 8 members at that point, then 2 will join you. If you have 7 members at that point, 3 will join you. You get it, right? And after the first 3 Unity Cup, you will get 2 to 4 team members every time you finish a Unity Cup. And at the end of the 3rd Unity Cup, you will have 20 team members. Now talking about the Unity Cup itself. In the middle you can see that there are the free spaces I mentioned with the big green cross, and you can click there to add a teammate or to swap around other teammates. So if you want Super Greek, for example, in long distance, then you can swap her out with Matikane Fukukitaru. On the top left, you can see your current rank. On the top right, you can see your current placement. And the placement is very important. And again, we'll talk about that later on. Some general informations. Every late June and every late December, the Unity Cup will happen. And you can see on the right, 3 choices, always. You have the first choice, the middle choice, and the bottom choice. The choice you make here will impact your ranking or your placement. So if you win against, in this picture, Team Tenacity, for example, on the top, then you will get to rank 22. If you win against the second team, you will get to rank 25. And if you win against the third team on the list, the bottom one, then you will get to rank 28. You can always click on one of the teams, and then you can see the chance on how likely a win is for you. So the double circle means usually you are pretty safe and you should win every turn. But this is not always correct. Sometimes you can also lose with a double circle, but this happens not very often. And winning against a top opponent, that's obviously a lot harder to beat than the other two. So the first one is always the hardest. The second one is always a easy one to beat, but it's a certain level. And the last one is, very easy. But you should never fight the last one. This will just, is a waste. So winning against the top one will give you +8 in your placement. The middle one will give you +5 in your placement. And the bottom one will give you 2 in your placement. Drawing will always end in a +2 placement. At that point, I'm not very sure about it because I didn't have a lot of draws, but usually it's just +2, as far as I can remember. Losing will make you lose placement. I don't know how much it is, but you will rank down. So I think if you're rank 20, for example, and then you lose, you will get to rank 28 or something. I'm not sure. And to win, it's like the arena. So if you win 3 out of those 5 races, you're a winner. If you have, for example, 2 wins, 2 loses, and 1 draw, then it's a draw. If you lose 3 out of 5 races, then you lose, and you lose a rank. So try to look at the chance how likely it is for you to win, and then choose on whoever you want to take on. Usually you should have a 100% win rate against the middle one, but we will get to that later on. What you should do to beat the final team, because it's important who you beat and how often. So let's get to the next part. So this is Team Zenith. This is the hardest team of the run, and they are always first placed. They are also always an S-rank team and will have the same members. Now there's the question, how do you beat them? So the highest chance on beating them is when you have at least an S rank of your own and when you get the +50 stat boost. You can see on the right the requirement for the stat boost. When you're placed 21st to 30, you get 0. When you're placed 16th to 20th, you get +10. When you're placed 10th to 15th, you get +20. 6th to 9th, +30. And 1st to 5th place, you will get +50. You can see your placement bonus when racing the Unity Cup. There will be this indicator on top. And to get the 50 stat boost, you will have to win in every Unity Cup against the top opponent. But you have 1 round where you can just go against the middle opponent and win against them. After losing or drawing at least once, it won't be mathematically possible to gain the 1st or 5th placement in the end. So you have to win everything and you have to win against the top opponents, but you have 1 Unity Cup where you can go against the second opponent. But again, you have to win. So that's the hard part of the run, because you can't always win against the top ones. I'm at a point where I'm winning constantly, but I'm also sometimes unlucky, where I just don't win. So if you're in the beginning and you feel like the opponent is too strong, then go against the second one. If you are in the second Unity Cup and you think, oh man, it is impossible to beat the top option, then F it and go for the middle option again. Because you rather win against the middle option again than losing against the top option. Because in the end, you can also win against Team Zenith with a +30 stat boost. It's very hard, but it is possible. So you just don't want to lose. That's the most important part. But the +50, of course, is technically a free win. You should also get, again, your S rank. It also can be a bit unlucky for you when you have an S rank and +50 stats that you also lose. So this is always an option that you can lose with the team. But I wish you all good luck with that one. because it's a hard fight. Also, when you beat them, you will get the 2 front characters in your last race in the UAE finals. Just a little heads up, they are very strong. If you lose against Team Zenith, then the run isn't over. So don't worry, if you lose against them, it's not a problem. You can go on with your run, the 2 will not appear in your UAE finals, but you just don't get a big stat boost and you don't get a lot of skill points or the unique skill you chose in the beginning. Get your unique skill again later on. But now, enough about Team Zenith. So, after yapping a lot about the Team Zenith, we get to the Unicup extras. So, part 1 is about the scenario link characters. Those characters are Taiki Shuttle, Rice Shower, Haru Rara, and Matikane Fukukitaru. And they will give you a choice for a team name, but only if you have them in your support deck or as a trainee. And this choice will give you, depending on who you choose, depending on which team name you choose, a special skull skill, but only after you beat Team Zenith. The team name Carrot is a standard choice. So this will always be taken when you don't have a link card with you, but it's also always a choice. So if you take Taiki Shuttle with you, for example, then the Team Carrot isn't automatically gone, but it's still there. So Taiki Shuttle will have the team name Happy Hoppers. This will give you the Mile Heaven gold skin. Matikane Fukukitaru has the name Sunny Runners with the Clay Warren skill. Haru Rara has the Carrot Pudding name with Indomitable. I will not say that again. Rice Shower has the team name Blue Bloom with the cooldown skill, and the Team Carrot skill is the No Stopping Me. I heard it's one of the best ones, so yeah, it's probably always No Stopping Me. Except you need a stamina skill, and you can of course take one of the other 2s. Then you have win bonuses. Those are after you win against a Unity Cup team, and they will increase all 5 stats, and will give you some skill points. When your opponent is a G rank, you will get no stats, but plus 5 skill points. F will give you plus 1 stats and plus 5 skill points, and so on. I won't read that out, you can see it here on the right. Now we're at the last part. Now I talk about the special skill you will get before the UAE finals. And that's in the senior year, late November. You will get this special scenario skill, and the skill is based on your highest team stat rank. So if your highest team stat rank is speed, you will get Burning Spirit or Ignited Spirit. If it's stamina, you will get Burning Spirit stamina, and so on. I think you know how it works. And this is just depending on the numbers of spirit explosions you have to this point. So everything you do in the UAE finals doesn't matter anymore. So if you have 4 to 6 spirit explosions, you will get hint level 1 normal rarity skill of one of those choices down there. At 7 to 9 spirit explosions, you will get a hint level 3 normal rarity skill. 10 to 12 explosions, you will get hint level 1 gold rarity skill. And with 13 plus spirit explosions, you will get the hint level 3 of the gold skill, which is the best you can get, I would say. So look out for those spirit explosions, do a lot of them, and get your gold skill. So that was it for that video. I know it was a long video, and I hope I didn't talk you to sleep. Again, thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope I do more videos now again. So let's see you next time. Bye bye.